I'm just intent on trying to waste some time, so I thought I'd do one of the questions for my Q&A. The question was, talk more about food and about bulking. Well, food-wise, you need to find your source of energy. So your energy comes from carbs or fats. A lot of people run better on carbs, but many people I know and I've heard of work very well cutting when they're on high fats, basically keto. So basically you need to find out what energy source you work well with, and then you need to basically have that quite high, especially if you are bulking, you need to have it quite high. So say if you're bulking and you've got high carb, then your carbs will be a lot higher than your fats. Your fats will be quite minimal, then your protein will be second. And with protein, what you need to do is have between 1 gram and 1.5 to 2 grams roughly per pound of body weight. I normally just go for 1 gram. I don't try to get loads of protein. That works quite well. But the main thing with your calories and everything else is you need to be working with what works for you. So you need to work out your calorie maintenance. You can do that by a calorie calculator, or if I've ever got free time, I can figure it out with the equations I use from my personal training course. And basically, then you work out, you take away for a deficit, i.e. cutting, or you add calories, i.e. bulking, to be in a surplus. So the question on my Q&A was, what's the easiest and quickest way to lose weight? There isn't per se an easiest or quickest way of losing weight. The best and sustainable way of losing weight, so sustainable is basically saying you will keep it off when you lose the weight, and more easier on you and your body and yourself, mostly because it's easier to do rather than trying to do some quick diet. So to lose weight in the best way possible is to, 1, get your diet and calories and macros done, either online on a calculator. Just put in calorie calculator, it'll ask for your weight, height, activity level, age, stuff like that. Or ask some like me or someone else who's qualified personal trainer. We've got the, I'm thinking of the word now. We've got the know-how to calculate your calories, macros, everything else. And then once you've calculated your calories for a maintenance, you need to be 300 calories to start with after that, to make sure you're in a deficit. So a deficit is cutting and you'll start losing weight. If you don't start losing weight, take away 100 calories. from that. And then once you start losing the weight, that's where your calories start. Then you can start, once you start stalling, to say you're losing, say first week, say you lose 6 pounds, say first week, say you lose 6 pounds in the first week, or 5 pounds in the first week, because some of that will be water, etc. The next week you lose 3 pounds, 2 pounds. Next week 2 or 3 pounds. The next week 1 pound. Next week nothing. Next week nothing. Then you either take your calories down again, or start introducing a slow amount of cardio. So the second question what someone asked me was, is it bad to have pasta, and they either meant weighing it or having it. Pasta isn't a bad food per se. It all depends on your calories and how much of it you have. So say I weighed out 100 grams of pasta and it's, say, I don't know, 300 calories, just example, then you just take that 300 calories away from your calories with your other meat, with your meat or whatever you're having, and it's not bad. You don't want to go getting into things and saying this food's bad, this food's good, etc. All food within reason are good within reason. It's all working with the calories you've got and whether it's healthier for you or what. So here's an example. Say you're on 2,500 calories and I eat 2,500 calories of chocolate and I'm in a deficit. I'm going to lose weight. It's not going to be the best way to do it because you're not having no protein as such or nothing else, and you're having a lot of sugar, but you will still lose weight because you're in your calorie deficit. So don't get too hung up on good and food, but good and bad foods. We could just create eating problems. So I've had another question. When am I going to compete? There's kind of two different ways to answer it. One, at the moment, things are very in the air a bit to do with my daughter, everything kind of. The second thing is I'm not ready, so it's going to be at least a year, if not more. I'm just enjoying training, enjoying my food and everything else, not really focusing on getting ready to compete on nothing. And there's kind of a third reason, money. It costs money to pay a coach, it costs money to do the whole prep, it costs money to do everything to do with it. I've got a question saying, what's my ideal sizes, as in chest, back, waist, arms, whatever. The main ones I can really answer, because I don't measure or nothing, is I want my chest, when I do side chest, to be prominent. Arnie always used to say that your chest should be still be seen in most of your poses. That's what I want with the chest. Arms, I just, I don't know, take them as far as I can really. not really aiming for a certain size. They're already growing quite well, but and back I just want width and thickness. I'm not really aiming for nothing, but when I get the width, so when I'm wider, it's going to make my waist look smaller. I personally think I'm an endomorph. I can put weight on easy, but I can actually cut quite well, only because I've taught myself. So I think my waist is going to be a bit either thicker or a bit more bigger, so I need a wider back to make it look smaller, basically. And then legs, I just want quite big legs, really. They're not even that big, and they rub quite a bit already. Traps, I just want traps where they're just prominent all the time. Who doesn't want traps what are just on show all the time?